Fast forward, you come our channel so Huxley AGH Politics 3 Avenue, a bigger pardon. Political stories are a trend because big headlines na gemre na yedibi exomo awaxi and idim ya hombroxy monia young quaying simu yakuyen simma a counsellor for chairman Wontumi wababontin abekasa and enumre na dear walking in an say bay conditions in the nina omu emiti bibia say ejapade no omo ye in charge se omo mehwe se sikane da so no ejapade no ye ton a ebitimi emiti eye bill requirement na ni nyina omo meti sa requirement ni nyina na yokofo na omo ehwe omanim ni nyina ne se omo hwe yokofo anim se Wontumi passport omo de ebe grant omo eno omo hwe anim se Wontumi passport no omo de ebe bro omo inti na de ho no mesre se ye mo enwura eye lawyer Apieku bi ono ankasa na so eye abra ogemre ewo eye de Ghana tonight so wajemre na oboyi nchiremu but that say ogemre ewo ha ha AGH Politics Avenue
in the Western North region. He faces multiple charges, including undertaking illegal mining operations and causing unlawful damage to the environment. Later that day, Chairman Wontumi pleaded not guilty to another 7 charges leveled against him and 4 others over alleged illegal mining activities in the Tanoneme Forest Reserve at Samre Boy in the Western region. This forms part of a second criminal case filed against him in which Wontumi and others are accused of undertaking mining operations without a license, felling trees and erecting structures within a forest reserve. And that's the development as we do know it. And over the last couple of days, he has been in police custody. Now, let's get on to Zoom right now. The man you're seeing next to Chairman Wontumi in the video we just showed you, that's Andy Apiakubi. He's a former Santia Achim North Member of Parliament. For the purposes of this conversation, he's the lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi. He's joining us on Zoom right now. Honorable Andy Apiakubi, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. First off, let's establish this, whether Chairman Wontumi, are you able to confirm to us that he's been able to meet the bail conditions, the 25 million cedis, and others that were actually demanded of him, even though he had been granted bail 2 days ago? Has he been able to meet the bail conditions?
Oh yeah, we have met all the bail conditions, except transfer of his passport from EOCO to the registry of the court. The officials at EOCO promised to deliver them tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, God willing, we'll be able to secure the release of Chairman Wontumi for him to come home.
I see. So, right. So, barring any last-minute developments, you're saying tomorrow you're going to have him released. You've been able to meet all the bail conditions, and you're going through a process. By tomorrow, all things being equal, Chairman Wontumi will be released on bail.
Yes, we don't anticipate any further delays. We have met with all the conditions. Once the passport is delivered to the register of the court, we will be sure of his release.
But 2 days ago, you had raised issues with the bail conditions, and you said it was punitive, excessive, and was being used as some form of punishment. Why was that exactly?
Well, I think that when somebody or accused person has not been found guilty of any offense, he's entitled to his freedom. And that is exactly what the court determined. Nevertheless, the court, in its own wisdom, decided to give these conditions of bail. But the complaint has been that when people are admitted to bail with justification, there is always the possibility of delay in executing the order. And that's what I explained, that you need a verification from Lands Commission, which takes time. And after the verification, you need also the evaluation of the property, which also has the potential to delay. So when you have gone through all that, there are chances that you may have spent some days in custody when you have even discharged the conditions to the registry of the court, because the execution process causes delay. And I was suggesting that we need to take a second look at it, because when the law requires of you to be free and the courts pronounce a ruling giving indication that you must go scot-free, there is a process that you go through, and that process, the system has challenges. And I'm saying that it does not give you, the accused person, your right to freedom as expected by the ruling. And in any case, in the process of executing the bail conditions, you are likely to also lose a lot of money. And where the justification, the amount or the value of the property is high, you will be losing something like 1% of it. So in the case of the 20 million, the accused person is supposed to bring forth not less than 200,000 Ghana cedis. So, and I'm not sure that it is fair for accused persons, because they want, or they made application for bail, to pay 200,000 Ghana cedis before they can secure their release. It is not fair. It is unlawful, because bail should not impose any penalties whatsoever on the accused person.
I see, but then again, your concern is with the verification and the evaluation of the property, which you say makes the entire process cumbersome and contributes to the delay, the entire laborious process as you referenced. But was it with the bail condition, as in the 25 million cedis, or the process in itself, as you have just clearly elucidated?
And also expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about the delay. I'm concerned about the cost of securing the bail order. Indeed, if the bail condition include justification of the property and the evaluation of the property, it makes it expensive, because when it has been evaluated, statutorily you have to pay 1% on the value of the property.
I thank you very much for joining us. Andy Apiakubi is a private legal practitioner, lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi, joining us there on Zoom. He says tomorrow, all things being equal, Chairman Wontumi will be released on bail. They've met the bail conditions. There's a process they have to go through, a verification, evaluation of the property as well. And it's one that we'll be following quite closely. If it so happens, we'll let you know. But that's Andy Apiakubi. He's the lead counsel for the Ashanti Regional Chair of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Chubosia, co-chairman Wontumi there. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. Let's stay a bit further in the court, because prosecutors in the murder trial of immigration officer Stephen King Amoah, the late, have told the Adabraka District Court that they are awaiting results of a forensic report in order to forward to the Attorney General for advice. Now, the case, which has been ongoing for the past 2 months, has already ignited anger from family members, and that's the level of anger you see among the family members on the screen there, of the victim, who are lamenting about what they say is a slow pace in the process of this particular trial. And the video that we're showing you captures exactly the anger amongst the family members of the late immigration officer. In fact, on a number of occasions, we've captured them on video attempting to vent their spleen on the suspect and the accused persons and their lawyers. In fact, their lawyers have also been at the receiving end of the anger of the family members, because they say they do not understand why these persons who are accused of murder should have lawyers representing them. And we're going to delve into that shortly, because if you look at that video, you see there, these are the accused persons in the custody of the police, and they have also been mobbed by these family members who are not too happy about this, and they're also having to, as it were, get onto them. But they are under heavy police protection, and armed policemen had to be deployed this time around to the court premises to ensure that the process is abided by and, as it were, applied to ensure that these persons, the accused persons, are protected as expected. And this is something we're going to get into shortly here on Ghana Tonight. But that's coming up next. Let's go straight to the Upper West region, where some residents are also in the same manner demanding more answers from the Ghana Police Service following the arrest of the two persons suspected to be behind the serial killing in the area. We talked about it yesterday. We have an update on this, including some legal understanding of what's happening right now, linking it to this late immigration officer's case. And that's coming up here on Ghana Tonight. Let's go straight to the Upper West region. And our regional correspondent is connecting with us right now to have a conversation on this latest updates, because the residents there in Wa, they are beginning to ask questions about earlier 19 suspects who were arrested by the police in relation to this same serial murder cases. It came to light after the police in the region announced the arrest of the two suspects linked to the case, which the police say is a major breakthrough for them. Let's recall what the police said yesterday after the arrest of the two suspects. Take a look.
After weeks of intense intelligence, we have successfully arrested two suspects, Sharif Abdullahi, aged 30 years, and Mahamada Lamin, also aged 25 years, who are believed to be linked to these incidents of murders all over the municipality. The suspects later admitted during interrogation that he has killed 15 people in the Wa municipality since 2021. He further noted that he usually targets watchmen and mentally challenged persons. He confessed that he had killed 3 more mad men and 2 watchmen at Bole in the Savannah region, and a further 1 mad man in Banda and Kwanta, also in the Savannah region.
Correspondent Ibrahim Wangara is connecting with us right now. Ibrahim, now you said residents are questioning the police to give some clarity on why they say these two persons who were arrested yesterday, indeed it's a major breakthrough as against the 19 people they've arrested over the last 3 to 4 years. Why is that?
Yes, Alfred, if you look at the scenario or circumstances at which the police made this announcement, specifically the recent 2 arrests, they made it look like this is just the first time they are arresting people regarding the gruesome murders that we recorded in Watan. After the announcement, residents were kind of happy with the announcement made by the police. However, others were of the view that before the announcement of the latest arrest, they were expecting the police to inform them at least about the previous arrests that were made so far. Because you recall that on Friday, March 3, 2023, it was announced that 27 suspects were arrested in connection with their killings within Wa Township. And later on, we were told by the Interior Minister that out of the 27, 8 of them were discharged per Attorney General's advice, remaining 19. So up until now, those 19 individuals or suspects who were earlier arrested are nowhere to be found from the view of the public, because there has not been any information given as to where and how the case prolonged or, moved so far until the recent announcement. So that is making people to ask questions that if 19 people were arrested or suspected 19 people were arrested, and they have no information regarding their whereabouts and what happened to them, it means that these 2 suspects or latest suspects who are also arrested going forward may become doomed. They wouldn't be able to even tell what happened to them. So they are demanding answers from the police and duty bearers to inform them first to know what happened to the earlier 19 before they will know how this case will also transcend. But as we speak, we were made to understand that one of the suspects, that is Mahmouda Lamin, he was arraigned before the one magistrate court, and then he is expected to reappear on October 21. That is somewhere Tuesday. He's expected to reappear in court. We are equally picking information among residents that these suspects, in a way, are not of sound mind. So, but we are unable to ascertain that. So maybe on Tuesday, October 21, we will see how the court will handle that, whether their lawyers or whosoever that will be representing these 2 suspects will be able to justify why they think or why the public are claiming that the suspects are not of sound mind. So that is the trajectory of events within Dewa municipality.
Very interesting developments in there, and it's one that we're going to spend some time on. And Ibrahim, stay with me. I have private legal practitioner Sylvester Isang also joining us on Zoom right now to have a conversation. Counsel, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight.
Good evening. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Thank you for joining us. First off,
right.
How does this development we're hearing now complicate this issue? Because our correspondent is just telling us that the residents are saying that one of the 2 who was arrested yesterday is not of a sound mind. And so taking that from the residents into the legal perspective, how does this complicate the matters at play?
Yes, you see, this to me will make the residents feel that the law is so protective of the suspects. They are not yet before court, so we can only call them suspects. And Section 133 of the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act requires that where it appears to the court that an accused person is not compos mentis, that is not in the right state of mind to face criminal prosecution, must be subjected to psychiatric evaluation of his state of mind. And let me say that we need to be very careful with the way we call for fast track in criminal trial, particularly in cases of murder. You see, right now, people have started in the one matter lambasting any prospective lawyer who comes forward to represent their suspects because they think one has already confessed. So that is enough. But the law is not like that. You see, how sure is that confession was voluntary? Because we have evidence in which people are claimed to have confessed or admitted crimes or offenses. But when we go into inquiry into such confession statements, it turned out, after all, not to be confession. So I think that if the facts are suggesting that one of the suspects, in fact, the one who allegedly confessed to killings in Wa and in Bole, is a known mad person, as they put it, or they even add, they nickname him Abodam because his behavior suggests that he's not in the right state of mind. So I think we need to be patient enough and allow the law to take its course. You know, we now are very familiar with the statement that the law is the law. Yes, the person has confessed or allegedly confessed or admitted, but in terms of murder trial, confession or admission is not enough at this preliminary stage of the matter. And in fact, should we present him before court for trial and he even pleads guilty to the charge of, let's say, murder, the law mandates the court to record or to enter not guilty plea for such an accused person. Because in our criminal jurisprudence, for murder trial, we don't accept, the court is mandated not to accept or record a guilty plea for any accused person. Because the law requires that the person is...
We ain't some other team because of channel so. Mamma so Jim Rewa, that's any so bad, you know, dear Dumbi Edumania. You best assume na ya small question.